Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning into another episode of Scream Kingz. I'm your host, TaMon Kane, here with my fellow kings here today. How y'all doing?
Great. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. It's warm, but it's good.
It's hot.
It is hot.
Yes.
Bobby.
Hi.
Hey.
Okay, I introduced myself. I'm Bobby Torrez with a Z, not an S. On Twitter, Instagram, Bobby Likes to Spook You on YouTube, and also The People Under the Gears with my co-host down her, Michael. So yeah.
Thank you for that intro, Bobby. I am Michael. I am the co-host of the People Under the Gears podcast with Bobby above. You can find us on all podcasting platforms. I'm also popping a lot of random shit on Twitter and Instagram about horror movies and just things in general at DaiquiriBinks86. You can also find me in my husband's bed, Doyle. And if I'm cheating on him, I'm with Michael Myers. Oh, shit.
It's not time.
I already took a sip, so.
I love that.
Oh, that's all.
Well, my name is Mark, and you can find me at markoestes@gmail.com. Sorry, you can find me at Mark O. Estes on Instagram. I'm still on podcast mode, y'all. Y'all gotta excuse me. Y'all can find me at Marco Estes on Instagram or Midnight Social Distortion, also on Instagram. My Twitch is about to get lit with Midnight Social Distortion. I upgraded to some stuff, so I'm be able to do some things lately. And you can find me on Twitter at The Anti-Critic. And if you have any questions or anything, email me at midnightsocialdistortion@gmail.com.
Wow. And I'm TaMon Kane. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, any place where you have not any place, but yeah, you can find me there at TaMon Kane. And tonight's episode is going to be super, super fun. Maybe a little controversial, but what would it be on Scream Kingz if it wasn't sort of being a little shady, Bobby? And so tonight's episode is the Multiverse of Michael. Traveling down all the timelines of the Halloween franchise, addressing some of the unreleased storylines that we didn't get to see, and some of the plot lines that we may not agree with. And in true Scream Kingz fashion, tonight our drinking word is going to be Michael. Michael. So the goal today is to get everybody sort of twisted to go into Monday feeling great. So let me get a refill. Now, this has been a really cool month for horror, right? We got a few good things. So what are we screaming about in horror right
now? I'm screaming for Interview with the Vampire. I saw the trailer for that, so I'm really excited. Granted, I did not read the books, but I did watch the movie, so I'm curious to see what the show is going to be like.
Diverse. Hey, thank you. We appreciate that.
I just mentioned that on the podcast episode I'm getting ready to drop about the diversity and how they moved the plot from the book and the movie from the early 1800s to the 1910s.
Oh,
and given that Louis is now black, it makes sense. He's so fucking sexy, and it can incorporate into the free people of color of the New Orleans society that Anne Rice also wrote about in the Feast of All Saints. So it makes sense. Louis already looked like he's out of place. Looked like he stepped out of a French hotel from the 1600s or whatever. He needs somebody to sit there and guide him into the modern world. And it'd be interesting to see where they take Claudia and Louis to Paris during the time period to go meet up with the Theater of Vampires and see what happens from there.
I'm excited.
Me
I'm
too.
super excited.
Yeah.
That whole week of October is gonna be hot.
Oh, get ready.
It's gonna-
We're gonna be booked and busy.
Booked and busy because
Booked and
October 1st
busy.
it started on the Saturday, which means something might pop off then, and then Sunday, October 2nd is Interview with the Vampire, and then that Wednesday we have Chucky season 2 and Reginald the Vampire. Now I don't know how y'all feel about Reginald the Vampire though, but I'm here for it because I love Jacob Batalha.
Sure, maybe. Yeah, I'll take a look.
Don't say it like that.
I mean, hey, what do you want me to say? What would Rachel say? I mean,
She'll be over it. She'll be over everything. Rachel's over everything.
Bobby, what are you screaming about?
I'm screaming same thing. Interview with the Vampire. Chucky, obviously.
Yeah.
Halloween Ends. We got the incredible trailer for that. And I would say teaser trailer. I'm not going to say full trailer because it was really a teaser. And that's all we needed. That's all I want. I don't want to see anything else. I want to go into this movie as blind as possible. So I'm excited for that movie, along with October in general, because like Mark said, we're going to be so fucking spoiled, and I just can't wait. So
horror is coming back once again. It has like this little time period where it dies down just a little bit, but then it picks back up like the wheel of time. It sort of just picks back up.
Yes.
And
it's funny because so many people are like, they going into like stores and stuff, and they give give one or two reactions. One, they see Halloween stuff already in stores and they're excited and they're sitting there displaying it. Or two, they run into the store and see that it got Christmas decorations up already and have a fucking conniption fit. Like, what the fuck is this shit doing?
That's me.
How dare you overlook the most important holiday?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm
Cue
like,
Mariah Carey music. You can play that.
No. What you cue is Mariah Carey saying, "Not yet, not yet, not yet." I should go around the store if I see some Christmas shit and just put on a damn sound speaker. Not yet. Not yet.
The only Mariah Carey that matters around Halloween time is Mariah Carey. When she's looking like Michael Myers. Mike, you should have put that on your picture. But, that one was really, really funny.
I thought about it, but this was a whole hassle trying to figure out how to airdrop shit because I'm old.
Bobby, what did you say? Mariah is scary at again when she's dressed up like who?
Oh, Michael Myers.
Okay, so I'm screaming about what everybody else is screaming about, so I guess there's no big news there. There's always Scream 6 news that is popping up that makes me really excited that I won't share because someone on here has an issue with me talking about Scream 6. I won't say who. And so there's some really cool things.
Mark is like me.
Like filming, casting news that is public to the world. No spoilers.
You don't want to know cast news?
Cast, yeah, they release the cast all the time. You don't want to know.
I don't mind that type of news.
It's like
I just don't want to know what's
already on this cast. How many people they gonna get?
They always add as they go along, though.
Yeah, Joshua Jackson, Samara Weaving.
Wait a minute, Joshua Jackson? You mean Joshua Jackson Pacey?
Okay, so we're gonna go right ahead.
I think that's a lie. He's capping. I didn't hear that news.
I did. His character from Scream 2.
Lies to deceit.
Yeah. No way.
Hold me to it. If I'm wrong, I'll admit it, but we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see in March.
Okay.
But nobody's screaming for Nope.
No.
TaMon, did you see it yet before?
Nope.
Oh, you haven't seen Nope yet?
Nope. I'm going to see it in the drive-in soon.
Okay. So we
No, spoilers don't bother me. As a journalist, I don't mind, understanding and getting deeper information about those certain topics. So we can talk about Nope. It's no problem.
No,
I'm happy about it, right?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. I know all about it.
No,
I know
I'm happy. I'm happy for you. I'm happy about that for you.
I'm happy about that for you.
I'm happy about that for you.
For you. So tonight's episode is really special for someone on this cast because it's their favorite horror movie franchise. Is that you, Bobby? I think is that Bobby. This is your franchise.
Oh my gosh, yes it is.
So let's dive into the multiverse of
Okay.
Michael.
So we're discussing the state of horror. State of Halloween, I should say. And we're also going to discuss the state of horror before Halloween. So I did a lot of research to edit a lot of my research down because it was just super long. So I just minimalized everything. So we had movies like Night of the Living Dead, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Last House on the Left, bringing brutal violence in realistic situations. Black Christmas is definitely one of those movies that kind of started the whole holiday genre, I should say. That set the tone for previous films for the holidays and stuff like that. So when that came, it turned everything upside down. Then we got Halloween. So Halloween was originally called The Babysitter Murders, but Yerwin Yblon wanted it to be wanted the movie to be set on one night and set on Halloween. And the reason why is because they wanted a holiday that people could identify with, and they felt like Halloween would be the perfect holiday. So, that's pretty cool because they chose that title because there weren't any other horror movies with the Halloween in the main title, and they just say, you know what, let's go after it. That's why Night of the Demons couldn't use Halloween Party because we had this movie, because Night of the Demons originally was supposed to be called Halloween Party. So they couldn't go with that because of this movie. So we're going to talk about the shape a little bit as well. John Carpenter didn't want to give Michael Myers a backstory. He referred to this antagonist as an element of nature, a force, and he just wanted the shape to be a featureless entity. So when it cast. Go ahead.
It's funny that it's the shape, but it almost doesn't have a shape at all. So it's like it has no like real features on it. That's pretty cool.
Well, he said Mariah Carey, and that is exactly what he was. Exactly.
Well, yeah, it's a featureless look. That's what they want to go for. But Nick Castle played the shape for majority of the movie. There's so many people that played Michael Myers in this film, but he did a lot of the movements. And Nick Castle wanted to add character to the shape, but John Carpenter said, no, just walk. Because Nick Castle had an interesting walk. When he walks, it's kind of like I'm not going to say floating, but it's real just agile. And I think that's what worked so well with the first movie is because he just, I don't know, it's something creepy about his walk, his movements, everything. And all the movies that came after couldn't get it right. Part 2, Part 4, Part 5. The closest one was James Jude Courtney. That's why he gets so much praise in this new Halloween, because he has the closest similarities to how Nick Castle portrayed the shape in the original movie. Do you guys agree with that? Or
yes.
Is that
like in the first one he was like in the Dead by Daylight video game, how he walks in that. And how he's sort of like really stalkerish and scary. That's what it reminds me of. And I agree, that hasn't been really duplicated in the other ones. Not even H2O, which is...
Yeah. H2O, they tried, but it was sloppy. Like, even when he falls down and he gets up and do the whole head turn, it was sloppy. Like, he was all hunched over. It didn't look good. And then the 4 and 5, he was too robotic, especially in Part 2. I have theories about Part 2, but we'll get into that another time. But yes, so that's the information on the shape right there. And then we also have the casting of Miss Laurie Strode, who is, Queen Jamie Lee Curtis.
Queen.
This is her first movie. She definitely auditioned along with all the other women for this movie, but they chose her because they said she has the vulnerable and real. It was something vulnerable, real, and fresh about her, and then also because she's related to Janet Leigh, that was in Psycho. So they were trying, and this film is heavily inspired by Psycho. So why not have the star's daughter in this movie?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Which is great. And it's funny too because like watching the documentary, Jamie Lee Curtis said her character is more. Well, her personality is more like Annie and Linda, and she's playing the opposite of that.
I believe her.
Yeah, I believe her too. She's more of a badass.
Yeah.
So, but that's part of acting. You know what I mean? You got to play what you normally are not. And she said that Annie and Linda, they had the cool roles and shit like that. But if she had those roles, I feel like she wouldn't have been where she's at now as far as
at all. No.
Right.
No.
Would you say that she was like that in Prom Night and Terror Train a little bit? She was a little like looser.
Yeah.
She was
a lot
looser.
Night, yeah.
Carefree and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely was. But yeah, so then we have Laurie Strode became the ultimate final girl after all these years. Even today, more Scream Queens trying to compete for 40 years and still unmatched. So
she is the president. She is the president of the final girl chapter.
Wait, Mark, she's the current president. Make sure you are clear about all that.
All right,
these are lifetime appointments, right?
Yeah, she is the president currently right now, and she's gonna be the president for a while, I should say. So,
oh yes, Bobby.
I'm just saying these people got some work to do, especially since Sydney not coming back, and Laurie's about to hear about the bust Michael's ass this October. So what's up? Like,
yeah.
It has really started a stir in the sorority, so I'll get back with y'all on it.
Don't worry, Gail is gonna be there to hold it up. And making awards and achievements for herself in the horror community.
She's just the what you call it? She's the communications officer right now.
Absolutely. So, absolutely.
Which means she's gonna go up big for Sydney's campaign this fall.
So when Sydney shows up in the last 5 minutes, you're gonna have to keep that statement.
Yeah.
But that's just no one knows that. She's not even a part of the movie.
Impact.
Was there? Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry, TaMon. Sorry.
Were there any other actresses that was in line for Laurie Strode, or that you would actually see in that time period that could play Laurie Strode?
Ooh, I'm trying to think of actresses in that time period.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver. I don't know.
No.
I love Sigourney Weaver though, but really Scott already had her like locked for
Mia Farrow.
I don't think she was old enough.
How about this? How about we like switch roles with like Olivia Hussey from Black Christmas, and like say they play, they switched. I can see Olivia Hussey playing Laurie Strode. I can see that.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. She might be giving Michael attitude because in Black Christmas, Olivia Hussey.
She was like not having it. I love Olivia Hussey in Black Christmas. She was not having it. She was like, "Look, I'm gonna whip your ass if you come in here, I'm fucking you up." Yeah. But she didn't know the motherfuckers already.
Hello. I'm like, damn, you answer the phone with an attitude, damn. Fuck.
Always. What about Sally Field?
No.
That's my wife, right?
Right. And I'm only saying that because this was a low budget production and Sally Field was making bank at that time. She'd have been like, no, you did ask me to be in this damn movie for pennies.
A sequel. 20 years later, honey, I'm not coming back for that.
She would have did. Oh, you talking about if she had no, I think Sally Field was making bank when Halloween came out.
She was. Yeah.
In 78, they would have got her. Hell, I'm actually shocked John Carpenter got Jesus, my mind went blank.
Mother on
Donald Pleasance.
Donald Pleasance, thank you. I'm shocked he got Donald Pleasance because
we're glad.
My introduction to Donald Pleasance was Halloween. So when I saw that he was in all this big other shit before that, I was like, how the hell did he manage to get him in the damn movie?
Was he?
Well, he got on because his Donald Pleasance's daughter was a fan of John Carpenter's music because she was a musician, and she was a fan of his music in Assault on Precinct 13, and she was like, "Dad, you better fucking take this role." And he said, "You know what? I'll do it for you." So,
and thank you. We thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Was Donald Pleasance in He-Man Masters of the Universe?
I don't think so. He's not him. He's not the bald head detective dude. I know.
Thank you. Thank you.
No,
thank you.
He was on Problem Child too.
Really?
I remember that. Yeah. Not Donald Pleasance, the one that I'm talking about. Not Donald Pleasance.
I was like, how did I miss that shit?
Which Halloween film introduced you guys to the franchise? Like, what was your first one you saw?
The first one.
No, my first one I saw actually. Don't come in for y'all. They hit a double feature of Halloween 4 and Halloween 5 on Cinemax.
Me too.
Okay.
And I think the third one I saw was the original, and then I think it was on TV. It wasn't the uncut version. It was the TV version, and then they showed probably Halloween 2, I think, and then I went to go see Halloween 6 in theaters. That was the second R-rated movie I went to go see by myself, because I remember
I was that experience because I like parts about Halloween 6, but I always was curious to see how people felt about the movie in theaters.
Well, for me, being a budding horror fan, I was just glad to be in an R-rated movie by myself, seeing somebody get hacked the fuck up. So it was just, especially in Brownsville, it was like they don't go for this shit. So it was just real quiet in there. I was the one eating popcorn, but everybody else was just like quiet. But I wish I'd have seen it in a crowd like y'all or something like that. That would appreciate the movie. But I remember seeing it and going in there, not knowing that the girl in the beginning of the movie was Jamie Lloyd until she said it on the phone, and I was like, "Oh shit, there's Jamie!" And then when she actually when she actually said, "Well, we were disgusted because of what you saw what happened," and then leading up to that, it was like,
yeah.
Wow, they really.
I was disgusted that it wasn't Danielle Harris. That's what I was disgusted with.
Oh,
in this phone booth.
I didn't know
it rained.
Now she wanted more money, and it was just like,
no. And not even that much more money too. That's the problem.
Exactly.
She extra thousands.
When she went over it with them, she even got emancipated because they kept giving her like the runaround, like you have to do this, you have to do that. You're too young, so she got emancipated and everything. And by the time she was about to get settled for the role, she wasn't cool with how they were going to kill off the character. And then again, they weren't paying her enough, so she was just like, fuck it, like I'm out.
And on top of that, I felt like for the character to be the one carrying the franchise to this point, and y'all take her out like that, it was very disrespectful. And that's why I was kind of like not, even if with the new actress, because at that point in time, I got used to like people taking over roles from previous movies, like with Tuesday Night taking over from Patricia Arquette, and the whole time you saw Jarvis thing and shit like that. I got used to that, but it was like I wouldn't come back either. And at that time, I didn't know the politics behind everything. Hell, I thought that Danielle Harris was too old for the role. At that time, I thought she was, but researching, now, knowing now that she wasn't, I was like, yeah, they could have went ahead and got her. But at the same time, like, I don't think I would have came back for a bit like that to get unceremoniously killed off
for not enough money.
Yeah,
right. And I feel like in the producer's cut, even though she lasted a little bit longer, I felt like, to me, that I don't like saying deaths are earned, but it felt like I would have rather her went out that way
than versus how she did
because she still had a part to play in the movie. I don't want her to go. I'm just saying, if I had my way, she would have been still alive. But if I had to choose, I'd have chose the producer's cut version of it, because I swear to God, she was just like a random ass character getting killed off. Now, knowing that she was the heart of both the last two movies, she carried the franchise. She carried that whole trilogy. And for them to sit there and say, "Okay, bitch, we done what you buy," it's kind of like they just took her face and like, "Okay, bye." It did like that. It's just like for somebody we don't know. I'm sorry, Michael, for that. I'm just saying, for somebody we don't know behind you, but I'm sorry.
First of all, Kara is everything.
I'll give
Nobody
Kara
likes
one
Kara
thing.
Strode.
I'll give Kara.
What's wrong with her? She's going to school. She's trying to better herself.
She
And
got bundles. That hair is leg hair.
I'll give Kara one accolade, and that's that she's a whole lot better than the fucking Sarah from Resurrection. That's the only thing she got going for her.
Oh, we definitely got
the only thing. She's willing to fling herself out of windows and shit to get out of
there. Yes, I'll give Kara a little bit more. Like,
well, I give her that, but I'm just saying she's way better than Sarah. Come on, y'all, we can all agree.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, Sarah she got on there because she could scream her face off, and she did just that.
She had no connection to anything. At least Kara's a stroke. She has connection.
Now, the part that was funny to me on Halloween 6, and I laughed at it when I was a little boy, and I'm laughing at it now, is the part when they're like running from Michael in the institution, and Michael yanks her by the hair through the fucking gate, and the way she screams like, "Oh God!" Like, you're overacting right now. You're overacting. Like, I'm sure it doesn't hurt that bad.
Oh, he yanked her up.
I wish we could play clips on here because I would pop that shit up real quick. That shit was so funny to me.
Oh, we can.
We can.
No, I can't. I know that, but
okay.
We'll add it in post. And all this little middle section will be cut. But come on, Kara, you jumped out of windows, you got your hair snatched, and you are a great guardian.
Upside the head with I don't know what the fuck it was, some metal rod iron or some shit. She tricked him, hit him downstairs. I mean, her ankle got fucked up, but she got
away. She had a cute little chase scene.
Yeah,
that's why she's better than Sarah. Sarah was just reacting. Oh my God,
she's on the level of the other ones. With
Decker, help! Oh God, Decker, help me! I can't get out the house.
Honestly, Resurrection was before its time, but we will dive into that.
I could see
first.
That.
Let's go to commercial, and we'll be right back to talk about all of the timelines of Michael Myers.
I got him down too. I got the different timelines.
You know, Bobby, since this is your favorite franchise, what's your favorite Halloween movie?
All right. Well, can we talk about the timelines so we can go into our favorite movies?
Yeah, sure.
You sure? It'll be real quick. So there's 5 timelines, y'all. It's messy as fuck.
Yeah, messy.
So the first timeline is obviously Halloween 1, Halloween 2, 4, 5, and 6. The second one is Halloween 1, 2, H2O, and Resurrection. The third one is Halloween 1, 2018, Halloween Kills, and obviously ends. Then 4, Season of the Witch is its own thing, and then 5 is Rob Zombie's films. So we got 5 different timelines, which is wild. It's wild. I can't believe that.
And you can see all those timelines in this book right here. So as you can see, it's a very good read, and you can enhance your knowledge on Halloween by this. And this is not a promotion for the authors. This is just the definitive book on Halloween, from script to screen for each of those movies. I think it stops at 2018. They need to do a second edition to include Halloween Kills and Ends. But yeah.
So 5 different timelines?
Yes, 5 different timelines. So we can choose our favorite movies from these damn timelines, or maybe even choose your favorite timeline. Can we just exclude Halloween 1 as our favorite? Because I mean, obviously that's the OG. And I just want to take that one out. So outside of Halloween, the original 1978, what is everybody's favorites?
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
It's supreme already.
What?
Bobby said
want to say something.
No,
you was raising your hand. I thought you was going to say something.
No, I was just saying. Oh yeah, I was going to say, can we do both? Like pick a movie and a favorite timeline.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Because I have a favorite movie, but that's not at the same time. Not my favorite timeline. Go ahead.
You can go first because I got to think. I was going to pick the first one. So,
got you together.
Well, my favorite timeline. My favorite timeline. Surprise. As of right now, because again, I haven't seen Ends yet.
Oh yeah.
That's the timeline that I'm actually enjoying right now. Is the Halloween 2018 timeline. Only because, you know, it's like an amalgamation of all the other timelines. They get Easter eggs from all the other timelines thrown into this one, even though they don't take precedence or they don't like interfere with the story. But my favorite Halloween film, do not shoot me, y'all, because I know this is the Multiverse of Michael. But my favorite Halloween film is Halloween Season of the Witch. I saw that look.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. No, wait, no.
What?
Season of the Witch. No.
Why not?
You tried it.
We weren't counting that one.
Don't nobody even remember that movie, first of all.
Everybody remembers that movie.
No, I love Season of the Witch, but this is the Multiverse of Michael.
Michael, bitch.
Fine, then I'll go with H. Well, no. I'm gonna go with Halloween 2.
Yeah.
Halloween 2.
It's the wig, right? It's the wig. Yeah, I get it.
It's not the I mean, I just feel like a lot of people shit on Halloween 2 in hindsight. They shit on Halloween 2 in hindsight because they was like, because at first everybody was okay with the whole Michael and Laurie are brother and sister, because that's what drove the rest of those movies. But since John Carpenter has been very vocal about how he didn't want to do that, everybody's like jumping on the paddy wagon saying, "Oh yeah, that was a stupid idea. Y'all got us to if it was such a stupid idea, we would not be here right now, because that thing is what carried the movies to where we are right now. We would not have had the H2O saga. We would not have had the remakes, because that was the whole backbone of the remakes and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then y'all only doing it now because it's in vogue. So I remember they announced 2018, and I was upset when they sat there. I mean, I wasn't upset because they said they're going to ignore the sequels. I said, well, that's what H2O did. That's fine with me. Thinking that they were going to include Halloween 1 and 2. And they said, oh, no, bitch. We're eliminating 2 as well. I said, why?
I was upset about that too at first. Me too. I was just like, they still could have included 2, you know, if they were, because I mean, like, I understand he got burnt the fuck up in that second one, but I'm sure they could have worked, you know, their way around that somehow.
Yeah, I believe the only reason they skipped it is to exclude this brother and sister element.
Brother and sister thing. That's the only thing. That's the pill that I had to swallow, and it's dissolved by now, because I feel like it has given the mythology a new breath of fresh air. This is why I said this is my favorite timeline, the 2018 timeline, because it can also give precedence to other franchises to be like, we can not ignore rather the other shit, but we can start anew and come up with a new franchise. Like if they ever go back and do a new Friday the 13th, they can just sit there and just forget about the original characters of Alice and stuff like that. Just give us a whole cast of new people, and then just go from there. And Nightmare on Elm Street, I think they could have, like, if they do another Nightmare on Elm Street, if they want to go back, I think they should stick with mythology, because that's the only franchise that has a tight storyline. Just give us a new damn franchise. Give us a new group of people, like a whole totally new. They could probably have archetypes of Nancy and Kristen. It's kind of like what we said in the last episode. Start off at Dream Warriors. Like, they'll be the new Nightmare on Elm Street movie. It's like it starts off at Dream Warriors and it just goes off from there. You know, it just shows that there's still a marketing. There's still love for the franchise of Halloween, and they can still make money off of it, and they can still make money off of other franchises.
Mark, you said that Nightmare on Elm Street is the only franchise that has a tight continuity.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the only one. It's not the only one. You know what I'm talking about. It's like if they go.
I want to be clear.
Well, see, the thing is, Scream is still ongoing. It hasn't like had a long period to just be like, oh, well, we just got to reboot everything. They technically rebooted it, but it's still within the same continuity. I'm talking about.
Yeah. You mean like horror icons from like the 80s.
80s, right?
Oh,
right.
okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
So Freddy would be the one that's the tightest from that
And
group.
Friday 13th is too, but you know how this shit is, so
It's basically an anthology, so sure. You know, I have a thing about Friday 13th, but
I know
Halloween 2 made me fall in love with chase scenes. That's one of my favorite things in horror movies now. And her chase scene in the hospital, even from when she got to the car and Jimmy was outside and he passed out and hit the wheel, all of that was great. And so
it was suspenseful.
It was so suspenseful. So suspenseful.
I'm going to go with Curse of Michael Myers, and I don't give a fuck what nobody says.
Come on, Michael. Let us know why. Come on. Oh, sorry.
Because I can't choose the first one, so that's the first one I actually watched was Curse of Michael Myers.
Curse of who?
I gotta pee. I can't keep drinking. So that's the first one I watched. Whatever channel it was, Sci-Fi or one of them channels back then. And then, of course, then it was 4 and 5 because those were always on TV. And then I ended up going back and watching the first few. And I like that in the 6th one they kind of explain what the fuck is going on, even though it is all over the place. But I got an explanation. And I did.
The explanation was trash.
And that's fine.
Hashtag Thorn. Hashtag Thorn.
If I can't choose the first movie, I'm going with Curse of Michael Myers. Well, I wasn't even thinking about the newer ones, but I'm still going to go Curse of Michael Myers for nostalgia reasons. And Kara is an underrated final girl in the franchise.
Oh, yeah. We got her application. It was denied. So.
It sure was.
It was definitely denied. And I'm also a girl with good hair.
TaMon sat there, hit that damn shit like denied.
Damn.
You're chopped, honey. You're chopped. You have good hair.
When Stro's gonna hop her ass out a window to get away from danger, I don't see it happening. So I'm just saying, she's gutsy, she's ballsy,
and boring.
Boring. Let's not get into Sydney. Let's not do it.
Wait a minute.
You are trying to start a war.
Wait a minute.
Is she exciting? I don't think so.
She's alive.
She's alive.
So is Kara.
We don't know
where's Kara at now? Hello.
We don't know because you know why?
Has a master's and a doctorate by now, and she's raising that damn demon child probably.
Kara got the hell out of town. She said, "Fuck this shit. I'm getting out of Haddonfield."
The only smart one. Everybody else's ass still staying up in the same towns and shit. She's the only smart one in the franchise.
Sydney's not in Willsboro no more.
Is that
she was in there for a minute?
But she's having imaginary children, so it's fine.
It's not imaginary. You know what?
She might be, bro. So
next topic.
You don't know where she at. She probably
I do my favorite.
Her ass needs to be locked up because she's a serial killer and nobody.
Next.
Next all right, so my favorite Halloween is Halloween Kills. I'm joking, it's not Halloween Kills.
The fuck?
And if it was,
Bobby, we've been doing real good tonight. Okay, don't do this. Michael has been the one catching the heat. Don't do this. We're doing great tonight. How dare you talk about break Sydney into a conversation? Don't do that. I'll make a later.
Yeah, you talk about her later. You know, she's
we'll talk about her later.
She's not in this franchise, so yeah.
she is not.
She's never been the only final girl, but I'm just going to leave it at that.
I agree with that. I totally agree with that. And that's okay. Bobby, what is your favorite?
Go ahead.
And do co-final girls
with 6 other people. But go ahead,
Mark. No, Mark. No.
Bobby, go ahead.
Bobby, we'll talk about it later. He just drugged you for filth. But Bobby,
I wasn't listening, but okay.
He just drugged you, child. But Bobby, what is your favorite Halloween movie and timeline?
My favorite timeline is I'm going to agree with Mark, the 2018 one. Just because they're going back to basics with Michael and the whole storyline, killing people at random, fuck the whole brother sister storyline. I am grateful for that storyline. It was great. It was fun. It was not needed. It wasn't scary. I prefer Michael, just the mystery of it all, just him doing his thing for no reason, and we don't know why. So that's my favorite timeline because they're continuing that. And my favorite one, which is funny because it's like I'm going against of what I'm saying, but Halloween 2, 1981, because that introduced the brother and sister storyline, but I don't like it based on that. I like it because for me, I always built this story in my head when Michael got shot out the window in the first Halloween. I felt like he became more evil in Halloween 2. It's like he lost all his humanity once he got shot off that balcony. He had a little humanity in him. That's all gone now. He's strictly pure evil. That's why he walked the way he do. That's why he's walking through fucking doors. That's why he's just getting people out of here. And he's moving a certain way. And like you said, one of the best chase scenes. I love it so much. And it was very suspenseful. They upped the gore a little bit. And yeah, it's just like a horror movie in a hospital where there's barely any doctors and nurses and shit, and you're being chased by this fucking psycho. Amazing.
But how much has that whole concept of that isolated scenario impacted other horror movies in his life after that?
Right.
Like you've seen that a few other times. Like hell, even the last Scream 5, one of the best scenes was when the girl was in the hospital. And anytime I see a hospital scene, I can go all the way back to Halloween 2.
Hell, fuck
Miss Laurie crawling through this little thing and then jump to the other side. I'm like, Laurie Strode, get out of here. Get out of this
with an injured foot. With an injured foot.
And she was on drugs because they pumped her full of stuff. Like, get out of here.
And a bad wig.
And a bad wig. Who wants a bad wig?
Didn't she fall in some glass? She had to step on some
that shit looked heavy.
Yeah, it did look heavy.
Yeah.
And then, didn't she tuck her ass in the passenger side of this front seat? Like, and Laurie, she did her thing.
And also, you gotta remember, Fear Street 1994 kind of did something similar.
Yes, and that was
and then on top of that, living in Brownsville, the hospital was made exactly like Haddonfield Memorial.
Yes,
all
small doctors hospitals are like that.
No doctors in sight. I had a family member that was in the hospital, and I remember going in there because I had not too long seen Halloween 2 before that, and I walked up in there and I just kept realizing like there's nobody in here. Can you imagine being stuck in here and then there's somebody out here just slicing people up left and right from room to room? I'm like, oh hell no.
Go to the morgue. You always go to the morgue to hide. That's where you go.
I don't know Brownsville general.
Right. First of all, I wouldn't do that because you see what happened in the movie Valentine when old dumb bitch got ass out of here.
I was so mad. I'm so glad you brought it up because I first saw that movie.
Yourself up in a body bag, love, and thought that he wasn't behind you. Yeah, right.
As somebody who spent a few nights in the hospital, a person literally could come in there and just get everybody. Kill everybody.
I don't know. What type of hospital was it? Was it like a metro hospital or was it like a small town hospital?
Well, it was a small town.
Well,
that's a metro hospital. You the metro hospital because I told people if something happened to me here in Brownsville, y'all better send my ass to Jackson General. Well, I would just say Jackson General where somebody it's like a whole group of people always on deck on each floor. Their floor is already full on each deck with nurses. And they all hit it in a 24-hour cafeteria. Like you can't get past nobody. It was like multiple floors. Brownsville though, no cafeteria, no security guards, nothing.
You by yourself, sis.
All you gotta do is take out one doctor, one nurse, and you got access to that whole building.
So, fun fact: when I was 16, I used to volunteer at Huntsville Hospital. At a hospital, at a hospital, and one of my jobs was to take when they died. You have to take their sheets up, tie a knot to the head and the toe, and I would take them down to the morgue. Yeah.
At what age you said?
I was 16 years old. Years old.
And you're not a murderer by now?
I don't know. Am I?
No.
It's always someone you know, love.
Shut up! Shut up!
I mean, you never really know people, Mark. I'm just saying, we could all.
You never really know people.
All know somebody who's done something.
I'm canceling the Halloween trip to New Orleans.
No, I need us all there together in Halloween.
No,
in New
I
Orleans.
don't. No, you just no.
Perfect.
No.
And bring your loved ones too. The more.
Oh yeah,
Bring
so
your-
you can get everybody out here. So really no
Stick it.
trees.
Yeah, and the sequel. I don't need a
I'm
sequel.
gonna
I
get
see
two of
everybody
your
going
partners
one.
out of here.
We're talking to
man.
the Angela. We're talking to the Angela. What's her name from Sleepaway Camp? Angela Johnson.
Whatever her last name is Angela from Sleepaway Camp. That bitch was
Yeah.
bananas.
Miss Angie.
Yeah.
Real quick,
Miss Angie.
consider a killer and final girl at the same. Well, no, because she's the killer. Never mind.
Sam, but I'm sorry, I can't believe I just said that. Anywho, my favorite Halloween
nice.
film. I know I am going to be nice. I'm sorry. My favorite.
Not Rob Zombie.
Rob
We ain't doing
Zombie. Okay, Rob.
Y'all get off my back.
You know
okay?
what? We can take that one off the table too.
No, we cannot, love.
that. Right.
Halloween
can
to
take-
Halloween.
Yes, we can take 78 and Rob Zombies off. How about that? And I'm being petty.
You are being trifling. You know what, Bobby? We were doing this tonight. We were doing so good tonight. Actually, this whole week we've been doing great. And you know what you did just now? You just slapped me in the face. Okay, so
If you pick Rob, I have a. Well, when we get to talk about that movie, because I rewatched that one too.
my favorite Halloween film is going to be Halloween 4 because that introduced me to the entire franchise. Jamie was close to my age when I saw it, and I was like, oh my God. And I was one of those kids, literally, another personal fact. I used to pretend to fall down the steps and scream. Like I was falling, seriously. And like I used to fall down the steps, I was just screaming at the top of my lungs. And so my brother pulled me up one time and dislocated my shoulder. And
And
so
really
but
gave you
that's
something
how-
to scream about.
he did, but that was something I like to do. Like I've always been a Scream King, so like this has just been a thing. But Jamie Lloyd, she was that, right? She was screaming her head off in Scream 4. Excuse me, in Halloween 4 and 5. Well, 5 she was a mute, but whatever. Halloween 4, she was just amazing. And then to see her as Annie Brackett,
Yeah.
Eddie,
Listen,
Annie.
Lori! She was just screaming
Yeah.
her face off.
I was like, where's Annie?
Honey, I hear you, honey.
She can do all that, but she can't say, "Bitch, there's somebody in this house trying to kill us."
No, ma'am. I'm
Because
calling
we don't
you.
know this
I'm not-
man. She's not trying to make it obvious. She's just like, all right, there's a man. She totally like,
He was right behind the door. It wasn't gonna make no difference.
Bitch, if that
You
was
don't
me
know.
and you, Bobby. That was me. You was like, Bobby, he's here. Bobby.
he would have stuck your fucking head in like,
Oh, he
bitch,
probably would have cut
fuck
my
up.
throat for sure. Yeah,
Right.
you're right. My fucking throat.
You ruined it. Shit.
Yeah, I'm like Lori. She was just screaming her face off. But Halloween 4 is my favorite. It's probably H2O, but Halloween 4 brought me into the franchise,
Yeah.
and I
It's a
love
good
that one. I can
movie.
watch it anytime. It's great.
right? It's a
Um,
damn good movie. That opening scene, the opening shot of the
Halloween
countryside.
Oh
yeah.
Because it's
Duck
not even your typical like Halloween music. It's just like
And ambiance.
mellow music, creepy like undertone music, and you just seeing the environment of
Mhm.
Halloween
Yeah.
decorations and just it's so dope. I love
I
it.
It sets the
believe-
tone like that of
Yeah.
what
Like
this is,
that.
where we are.
and not just the tone of the movie, but the tone for Halloween. And it's
Yeah,
like
no.
I feel like that should be played at midnight every what is it, September 30th at midnight at 12 o'clock. That should be just played across the damn. You know they used to have back in the day the national anthem and the flag playing. That should be played on all TVs at midnight of Halloween.
You have no
Yeah,
option but to
October
watch
1st.
it. No
You
other
have no
option.
option.
No, it's
But to
going to be
watch
the
Halloween.
Halloween 3 theme. That's what it's going to be.
No. Well, yeah, but except it'd be that ambience. I don't want to wake up at 12 o'clock. Well, I don't know. I'll probably be juking to that.
Jolly as shit. I
Yeah.
can't do
I
the
will
Halloween
be jolly as
theme.
shit, honestly.
Yeah.
Willy Wonka. That's what it makes me think of.
No, not Willy Wonka. So, what's your favorite timeline?
My
Yeah.
favorite timeline is it has to be 1-2 H2O Resurrection. And Resurrection is my stop line because you kill Lori, you kill the franchise in my opinion.
Listen,
But so like but 1-2 and H2O, just brilliant. Like all of those were great. H2O is just amazing.
Yeah.
It was but does Rob Zombie timeline count?
Mark.
Yes.
So, Wait. I don't trust Michael. What you say?
This Rob.
Right back. I gotta see it.
Yes, Michael. You don't trust who?
We can see a guy will go bad from. No, what you say, TaMon?
If I don't like the sequel to Rob Zombies, does that mean I don't like the timeline?
No, that's not. I mean, you like the first three in your H2O timeline, but you don't like Resurrection. Same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I think Rob Zombie, if he would have actually not been a complete artist in his second movie, he could have had probably some more time with the Halloween franchise.
I did not buy. Go ahead.
It's the white horse.
I was just gonna say, it is the white horse. Besides
yes.
that, I grew to like that movie a little bit more as it went on. There's things I definitely hate about it, but I appreciate the darkness of it, the grittiness of it. I appreciate them showing the trauma of Laurie, and if you watch the director's cut version, you'll see a lot more of how she's just spiraling. The theatrical version doesn't really do a good job at showing that, but the director's cut, you could just see her just going down and down, and it's just getting worse and worse. And I appreciate that, and I also like her friendship with Annie deteriorating. Like she got her new friends, and Annie and hers used to be tight, and due to the traumatic events that happened before, now they're not as close anymore. And when Annie does die, you start to see like, damn, like she could have been here for a friend, but she wasn't. You know.
Can I just say that
this shit took
starting Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 in the hospital was a great homage, and I thought that that those scenes were just awesome.
Yeah.
When he starts showing how artistic he was as far as like his, he's Rob Zombie. He does his Rob Zombie thing, and adding those different things, and the mother and the horse. He lost it, and he probably could have had at least another film.
He just took her out. Yeah, he could have took her out. He didn't have to make. I understand that in this timeline, Michael is more of human, so rather than supernatural. So he's living like a homeless person out. But I don't know. And I mean, I appreciate the parts like when he put on the mask when he's about to kill people. Like that was pretty dope. I like how the mask looked where it's like half ripped. That was pretty cool. What I hated the most, I forgot which version this is. No, it's the director's cut. Is when him and Dr. Loomis finally come at each other and he yells, "Die!" And I'm just
he don't talk.
Why?
They broke the rule.
I prefer the theatrical version. Even though I like the director's cut, I prefer the theatrical ending over the director's cut ending.
So I didn't actually know that, but that's a rule that they laid out, that Deborah Hill and all them laid out, and like there's certain things about Michael that you can't do. Right. And speaking is one of those things.
Question.
Yes.
I haven't seen the director's cut yet, but did they still use Nan Vernon's version of Love Hurts? Because this shit was a bop. Okay, this shit's a bop. That's the only thing I took from that movie was that damn song. Yeah, that was a bop for me.
They definitely use it a lot more. The director's cut, Annie had longer scenes when she's being a smart ass. Like, I like that version a lot better than theatrical. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. We have so much more to talk about as it relates to Michael, the multiverse of Michael.
Damn it.
And we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. I'm geeking out about the Charm coming back and replacing the new sister, and it's still not a good show.
Damn.
It's not good. Damn it.
My gosh.
I signed a petition on Saturday about bring back the original Charm. Jermaine is slain.
In the spirit. In the spirit. Golly. Oh, man. I guess because I've only seen part of the second season. I watched the first season. I enjoyed the first season. Look, it's really hard to keep up with stuff right now because I don't really pay the CW no mind no more.
And we're back, and we're moving on to our favorite Halloween kill. Mark, you seem to know a lot about favorite Michael Myers kills.
I have.
That's all.
Oh, were you done?
Hmm?
Oh, okay. I have a favorite though, but this was my favorite until I found out that Michael can do shit with regular utensils or things that you didn't think he could do. I want to give my honorable mention first. That is the decapitation of Katie Sackhoff's character from Resurrection, where he took her head off with the which is regular basic kitchen knife. I
Yes,
was like,
ma'am.
I did not know that he could do that. I didn't know a kitchen knife could do so much damage. But my absolute favorite Michael Myers kill is Kelly Meek's old bitch ass with the damn shotgun. I was like, you to tell me you can stab somebody with a shotgun?
Right.
I was like living because I didn't like her ass. I didn't like her ass, and I thought that
He's
she got
strong.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a strong man. You see them
He's strong.
shoulders?
Oh yeah. He'll take you here, and he'll take you there.
because he doesn't use a gun to kill. He doesn't fire a gun to kill people. They kill themselves with guns, or they get stabbed with a gun. Like who gets stabbed with a shotgun? People.
That has to hurt.
He's
Seriously.
very primitive. He doesn't want to use, I guess, modern tactics to kill people.
Yeah,
So it's like let me stab you versus let me shoot you.
Yeah, because Kelly Meeks had it coming. She got shaded. She got water thrown at her own house, and then she got a shotgun through the damn stomach. I thought it was
Wasn't it?
brilliant.
I thought it was coffee.
Coffee, whatever. She got her ass drugged in her own damn house.
She's not in the union anymore.
He's a home wrecker.
She is a whole record, and she got wrecked in her
deserved
own
all of
damn
that.
house.
She deserved it. She deserved all of it.
Sure did.
Well, that was my pick, but so I will choose. So I watched Producer's Cut, and I don't even of Curse of Michael Myers, and I don't remember if this was in the other version. But in the beginning, the woman who helps Jamie escape.
Yeah.
When Michael comes up behind her and then picks her up and then just slams her head into whatever the fuck that was, some kind of long, sharp spike in the wall.
Right.
And I liked when he stabbed up the help. She made the pie. In the Rob Zombie one, the nurse.
It was David Spencer.
So before Halloween Kills and all that came out, like to me, that was like one of the more crazy kills. Just how intense it was. He just kept killing, stabbing her over and over and over again. You could hear it and feel it.
Yeah.
So that one, it kind of.
I remember a lot of black people said that was a little bit overkill.
It was.
I watched it.
I even felt some type of way. I was in the theater like, hold up. You didn't have to do Octavia like that.
Right.
What'd she do to you?
That was too much.
What'd she do to you?
Right.
She didn't give him any oxy.
To answer your question, Mike, that scene, your favorite scene, was actually in the original cut because I remember being upset about her because I'm like, at least she helped. You know what I'm saying? And
she was dumb too, but
she was dumb, but she helped her. She's like, "Go take your baby and run, get out."
She did the reverse. The reverse Helen Shivers. She didn't turn around. She just kept looking in the same direction. Knowing Michael Myers was there, she did the reverse Helen.
Why did you have to bring up Helen Shivers in this?
We can go into that, Bobby. We don't need
Mike you want violence tonight, man. Like I want to have you back, but look.
Hold on. Time out. Michael, don't next page us when you talk about Helen Shivers. You want
listen.
You don't do that.
And Michael is really
run
being
away. Run away.
Michael is really being Michael Myers.
I'm not running home.
He's sticking fingers in holes. He's sticking fingers in wounds and shit all night tonight.
We don't care about
it. Bleeding.
Y'all started it. I didn't start it with Sydney. Y'all started it.
We done with Sydney Prescott.
Thank you, Sally.
And we're done with Helen Shivers.
You gonna stop all these Sally.
We're done.
Thanks, Sally. We'll see you later.
We're done.
And Bobby,
I have three. I have a lot more, but I just chose three. So one of them is Halloween 2 when the nurse gets stabbed with the little knife. And then her like fucking shoes just fall to the ground, and then that's when it starts the chase scene for Laurie at that moment. So that was a good. And then I'm going to Halloween Kills real quick. This one, it's such a stupid kill, but I find it so fucking funny. Is when Nurse Vanessa, the sexy nurse, when he kicks the door, she shoots herself in the fucking face. I'm sorry, that kill to me.
It was a good one.
I loved it. I'm sorry. Technically, it wasn't his kill, but
we'll take it. He'll take it.
He'll claim it. He'll claim it.
Yeah. And then also Cameron's death in Halloween Kills.
Oh my god! I didn't even think of that one. Yeah. He was already done. Michael, you just didn't have to do that.
Good riddance.
No, you talking about Cameron? Wait, you talking about Cameron,
the boyfriend, the ex-boyfriend,
the cheater? Yes.
Yeah, he got what he deserved because of shit. Because what?
I didn't say he didn't got what he deserved. I'm just saying that's my favorite kill, one of my favorite kills. Shit.
Yeah.
He deserved that shit.
He deserved every inch of that shit. That was a fan response. That was a gift to the fans from from Halloween, because everybody's like, how the fuck did he escape and his best friend got fucked up? You know,
yeah, good scene too. His best friend scene was good too.
Yeah,
that was good too.
Oh yeah.
But Cameron asked shit. No matter how much.
So those are my three.
Cameron.
I was gonna choose Annie's scene in Rob Zombie Halloween 2, but I had a feeling TaMon was gonna probably take that. Once I say I'm gonna just leave that one out and give it time.
So you're right. I have three also, and she actually is my number 2. My first one is Adam Arkin. He played Will in H2O, Laurie's love interest. When he got with the knife, and just
the same style as the nurse in Halloween 2.
That part. And so just Laurie, how that impacted Laurie, and how she was like, I'm scared, I'm heartbroken, but I'm actually about to go into action. So she paused for like a couple of seconds, but she went on with the mission because she knew what was happening. My next one is Danielle Harris as Annie Brackett in Halloween 2. Even though it was a / off-screen kill, it was terrifying to me. Just to hear it was horrible. And then Danny Trejo, Halloween, Rob Zombie.
That was heartbreartbreaking.
I was good to you, Mikey.
Oh, Mikey. And I was like, oh yeah, you're out of here. And
that hurt my feelings though.
There were some people I was like, why did he kill them? That was not right.
He don't give no shits, and that's why Michael Myers is a beast. That's why he's everything, because he don't give a shit.
He would not done it to his mama.
Oh, he loved Mommy and Boo, but that's a different timeline. Rob Zombie had Boo as Laurie Strode.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But
because he used to call her Boo when she was a baby.
Boo. But why didn't anyone talk about? And I say the same scene all the time, and all the stuff that we talk about. But the reporters or journalists in 2018 Halloween.
Can I say something about the reporters really quick?
I'm gonna always talk about that scene.
Let's talk about it, because they started this shit. He was doing just fine. He wasn't worried about nothing. He wasn't caring about shit. Here they come. We have your mask, Michael.
Thank you, Bobby. Q Bobby.
We have your mask, Michael.
We have your mask.
He's talking about like, okay, you motherfuckers want to troll. Okay, then. Michael was sitting mentally.
Michael's like, okay.
Okay.
I'm going to take off these scrubs. As soon as I get up out of here, I'm going to wear y'all asses out.
He said, okay.
Sure did.
I do have a scent. I can smell you motherfuckers. He went because didn't they go to the graveyard as well?
And he was there.
Before they went to
yeah, but I'm just saying that they went to the graveyard, got old Poe graveyard person caught up in the bullshit.
And now she's dead.
And now she's dead. And they sit there getting
maybe alive.
No, ma'am. That light fixture thing is
right in the throat.
She was still Do I gotta get my figure to show that damn she gone?
What's it called when you put a pin in someone's throat to sort of help them breathe?
It's a tracheotomy.
He gave her a nasty tracheotomy. Okay.
Yeah.
He gave her a nasty one.
And when they got in the damn stall and homegirl was trying to crawl between the stalls, you should have been doing this shit when he was fucking dude up.
She had the opportunity to run out when he was getting fucked up, and she just sitting there like, stop it.
And she had a tool, and he was sort of keeping up with Michael, but Michael was wearing his ass out in that bathroom stall.
Which is crazy to me. He's old as fuck, and he didn't have his mask on. So I really need to understand what that is about. He has to be, because if they follow his age, he's what, 60 something?
I'm pulling up right now. Michael was 61 and fucking folks up.
He was old ass. That's not old, but beat his ass in his stall.
How was he 61? He was born in like 57. Okay.
He was born in 57.
Yeah. He just was bald.
Halloween is known for their bathroom attacks, because it was some movie. Don't wear me out. It was the black guy, the first guy who was the bathroom.
I can't hear you.
Was that still Rob Zombie?
Are you talking about Joe Grizzly and Rob Zombie when he was?
Yeah, the black guy.
Yeah.
And then in H2O, when I thought he was gonna kill the mom in the bathroom stall.
I'm glad he didn't kill them. Spiders! Ooh, spiders!
He took a purse, which I thought was funny as hell. Like, bitch, give me damn keys.
I need lunch and these keys, honey.
He said, thank you.
I need this car, and I need to stop at Chick-fil-A while I'm on my way to go see my sister.
Can y'all see him stop at a drive-through window with no mask on? Like,
I would be dead, Boots. Okay, sir, whatever you need.
They're probably like nuggets. He was like, okay, sir, anything else?
He don't speak. He pulls up to the second window. It's like, whatever y'all hand me out, I'm gonna take it. So hand me something.
Hand me something. Anything. I'm gonna eat it.
Ooh.
He might be like Kleptora, though, pick up a dog and put it in his damn bed and put it in their car. So I'm gonna fuck you up late all night. he ate how many dogs? He ate what? The dog in Halloween 1, and then I think he had one in the 2018 too, didn't he?
I think it was Resurrection. Well, he was eating rats in Resurrection. When they were like in that lair in the basement, they found like rats all cut up and shit.
This has been alluded a lot tonight about, Halloween and Rob Zombie's version of Halloween. And so I think it's time for us to sort of dive into the original John Carpenter's versus Rob Zombie's Halloween. And I'm going to go last because, I'm an advocate for one of these. And so, Bobby, remember that we're friends in this conversation. So don't be shady.
Look at Bobby like, I'm ready for the shit. What is it?
Listen, all I know is y'all better have my back because y'all know what's the real Halloween up in this bitch right here. So, yeah.
Mark, Sydney.
Now, granted, I do like Rob Zombie's Halloween. That was the first Halloween movie I seen in theaters. I didn't get a chance to see H2O or 6.
I think that's everybody's first.
Oh, wait, no, I saw H2O.
No, H2O. I saw H2O and Resurrection.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't even see Resurrection. John Carpenter's, I mean, come on. I feel like it's unmatched. Like, yes, it's a little, I don't even say it's slow. It's just building suspense. I was even having this conversation with Mike the other day. And like, it's not a slow movie. It's literally just building tension with the characters. It's building what's to come later on in the movie. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
While very much so, while still getting to know the characters, which I love. Because the problem with Rob Zombies, I understand they're trying to do the reimagining, and especially in that second act when we got that copy literally from the original. But with the original, like, we got to know Linda, Annie, and Laurie a little bit more. We know that they're leaving school, they got to dance the next day. They're living their lives. They don't know that this killer is after them. Like, yeah, they see somebody there every now and then, but they're not worrying about that. They're just like, oh, whatever, it's Steve Todd or whoever. So they're oblivious to everything. But we still getting to know these characters, and Rob Zombies is just like, yeah, we've seen that story before, so let's just hurry up and just move on. And we got Michael fucking these bitches up, but it's like,
who?
I don't know. I like character development for me, because it makes things a little bit more better.
Connection,
and then
right?
Obviously, connection. I mean, I'm not taking anything from Rob Zombies. I do love it. Michael Myers was fucking intense in that. He was scary. He was huge. And it was a lot of scenes in there that did catch me off guard. Even to this day, I'm just like, yo, that whole scene when he's going after D. Wallace in the house, that was intense to me. But it's just
She
something
deserved
about
it.
Rob Zombies, what they did, the stalking, him hiding in the shadows, like the moment, like Annie's just sitting there on the phone with Lori, he's in the background, she turned around, he's gone. Like that shit right there is still terrifying to me because that could be any
Yeah.
of us.
It could be
It
anybody.
could be
know,
right.
we don't
It
even
could be
know
right
it.
now. It could be right now.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Somebody could be watching me from my window right here, and I don't even know. So it's
Yeah.
just like, I don't know. It just, I love it. And then John Carpenter, he put his whole fucking ass foot in that fucking movie. The score, like, I will say, the score is what makes the fucking movie.
Oh yeah, it slays.
He
Rob
composed
Zombies.
the hell
that
out
slays
of it
for sure. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Go ahead.
I will say that I think that Rob Zombie, like I say, is Hitchcockian, where it's like build suspense. And then those moments where it's building suspense, and it does, like you said, Bobby, it allows you to connect with those characters and really care about what their ends are. I think that because Rob Zombie's those characters are already pre-existing, that he didn't want to like retell that story again. He'd rather spend time on the origin piece. And a lot of people don't like the origin piece of Michael, but I thought it was pretty interesting that he came from this sort of, I don't know if I can say that on here, but this sort of
dysfunctional.
No, I know he's trying to go for it. Yeah, I know he's trying to go for it.
I was going to say that, but dysfunctional background, and from his mom being a stripper and how he was treated by his sister. I thought it was cool because like he had this murderous instinct from the very beginning. He fucked up that little boy who told him that his mother would show her tits for
as he should have.
From Spy Kids, he wore his ass out.
I sure was that kid. Okay,
from Spy Kids, yeah.
Feel like if you introduce the dysfunctional family aspect, that almost makes it seem like anybody could be a Michael Myers. I like the original idea because it's something about him specifically is the reason why he's going around and killing. So just being like, oh, he was bullied because his mother's like stripping and shit, and people don't like him.
This is like every white boy in America that's shooting up malls and high schools and things like that. So
I don't disagree. That's borderline what I was going to say previously about. It was just going to touch on where they live and the upbringings, but I didn't want to go into that.
I saw where you was going, friend. I saw where
Mark,
you was going.
you already knew, so I didn't have to say it. Right? What's understood doesn't have to be said. So we already knew what his background was and how that's
white
prevalent.
Horse, white rage. I get it.
Exactly. We're having a white party where people are encouraged to wear and be white. Okay, so
oh god, so
but now that I've been thinking about it and prepping for this episode and watching the Halloweens, I think I really connected with Rob Zombie, and this may be cheating because of Danielle Harris. I really think her playing Annie Brackett is what makes me love that movie so much. Not everything else, because Linda, like, has always been a throwaway character. Linda's always the first friend to die. She's the blonde, promiscuous friend. We know how that role is in every horror movie.
But technically, she was the last friend to die in the original. Annie died first.
Oh, well, yeah, but she is the friend who dies. But she is the friend who dies. That is right.
She dies.
That is she does exit the film. But I think I love Rob Zombie so much because Danielle Harris can be in her 30s, 40s.
She was 29.
And
the original Annie too was 29. What's her name? Nancy.
Really?
Lewis. She was 29 when she played it. Yeah.
I love that. But I think the fact of how Annie Brackett was portrayed in this one and that she actually fought a little bit and she survived because she was one of my favorite characters from the original one too.
Exactly.
Yeah. She was the friend that I liked the most.
I like the exchange in the original when they're sitting there talking and then they was talking about like how Annie only babysits because and Lori's goes, oh shit. And then she was like, I have a place for that. Is it like you fall in love with her? Like right there, like, bitch, I have a place for that. The fuck? I'm trying to fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, Eddie.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
I do have one cringe moment from Rob Zombie. It's when they were walking home, which is the scene that if you're gonna do a remake of Halloween, that you must include the walking home stalking scene. She was like, "Hey, dude, my dad's the sheriff. You want to come over here and mess with us?" I was like, "Okay, girl."
That's very Rob.
It was Zombie, a little.
I swear, every movie
it was forced.
It's gonna be like that.
It was forced. There's a scene that they took out. It was it's not even a deleted scene, but you could probably find it on YouTube. But it's not on the disc. When Linda and Lori is coming out, she's literally going like off about a teacher suspended her or whatever, and she sees a girl laughing. She's like, "What the fuck you laughing at, bitch? You think it's funny?" And she takes her bag of chips and dump it all on her head, and then walks off. And Lori's like, "Linda, calm down, stop it, chill." I gotta send it to y'all. So
is that a
Linda
Rob
was,
Zombies?
this was one of Rob Zombie's original joint. I'm gonna try to find it and send it to y'all. I said, "Oh, they should have kept that on there."
Yeah, I would have liked. I've never really liked Linda, but that would have been so good. Yeah,
yeah.
I like
she
Linda.
was going
I
off.
like both of them. I think that Lori had some damn good best friends. There were two friends.
it was
Yeah,
it's just like Halloween really set the tone for like what these scenarios look like moving forward. You have the blonde, badass best friend, sexy, maybe a cheerleader, a little feisty. We see that in every fucking horror movie moving forward. Tatum Riley, Kirby Reed, Olivia Morris. I mean, it's just set a standard for what like
Olivia Morris.
She got fucked all right. But like it just set a standard for what like the protagonists' friends look like. And they did such a great job.
I love the dynamic. And I want to say this before I go into my my spiel about the two movies, is that I feel like because we get all this Laurie Strode and Michael Myers as our brother, it's like this whole Laurie and Michael thing. But I feel like if we didn't have all that, we would probably look at all three of them as like this unit. You see what I'm saying? Like as like it was supposed to be called the Babysitter Murders.
Right.
So it's like all three of the meaning like it's supposed to be about all three of them and stuff like that. All three of them being stalked. But if you take away the sequels, then you can sit there and see how Michael really wasn't focused on one person. He was focused on all of them.
Even in the original, I'm sorry, Mark. There's a deleted scene in the original for the TV version. If you've seen it, when you know the scene when Linda's running to Laurie's house, she said, "There's a man following me."
Exactly.
So, because in the original, they so focused on Michael following Laurie, but he's also following Linda. But they cut that scene out and they put it in the TV version.
And I love
that. Makes it more sense why she's at the end as Judith, right?
No, that was Annie.
That was Annie.
That was Annie. Okay, Annie.
Yeah.
Annie.
Okay. Poor Linda was in the closet.
Yeah, he stuffed the ass in.
Did y'all see? Before I get to the thing, there was a poster art, I think, for a T-shirt, and they had Michael Myers. He had like a knife in one hand. He had his hand like this, and in between his hands, Annie's in it. I was like, "Oh God, that's creepy." It's just like, I get this one. Yeah, I got this one. Now I got to get you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh God. But I want to say something about both the movies because for a long time I noticed that a lot of people hated the remake. I didn't have to do how can I put it? I really cherish and enjoy and love the original. The only thing I like about the remake was the actual prequel stuff, everything leading up to the rehash of the first movie, because it kind of like gave you a backstory of like, why would he do this? But even though you saw what the original movie did was it introduced the concept of terror coming into, because everybody was looking at terror like in like, you know, it coming from outer space, from places unknown, but the original brought horror to the suburbs where you're supposed to be safe. This was a time period where folks was leaving their doors unlocked. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, oh shit, I can leave my gate unlocked. I can leave my door unlocked and go to bed and have to worry about breaking into your shit. It shattered that. It's kind of like what before Scream gave us. Scream, I don't care what nobody says. Scream was the reason for call IDs. This is why we have call IDs to this day. And then you have Halloween to thank for us locking our doors. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to do that. And so I feel like for that generation, it did that and it did it well. And then the remake, it just gave that. I guess Rob Zombie was trying to sit there and say, you know, white folks don't have good upbringings or something like that, like everybody might think we do. I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to sit there and be like, you know, speak for them, but it was just like, because you went from, you don't know how his mom and his dad looked like. I mean, Michael Myers' mom and dad looked like they were waspy. They were like, stepdad. Oh, you mean I'm talking about the original? I'm talking about the original. You don't know much about his mom and dad. You just know that his mom and dad were like this waspy couple who looked like they just went and did dinner parties and shit like that.
Every cutter white couple in the 60s.
Right. And then so
the 70s.
You don't know why he would branch out and do what he did. That's why I think that the original Michael Myers, the Nick Council Michael Myers, the shape is far scarier than the remake one, because you found out why he was doing what he was doing. It was an interesting story, but then you look at it like, okay, there's other kids that have been like fucked up upbringings though, but you just decided to sit there and chop everybody up. So it's just like it kind of, while it was a good story, it still lost me. And this is where I actually like the rehash of the original movie in this one, because we don't talk about how Laurie is running down the street, Scouts Laurie running down the street screaming, "Help me!" That shit chilled me.
She was everything.
Because it was like nobody's coming to the door to sit there and see what she's doing. Nobody's coming outside. It's 2007. It was 2007, and nobody's coming to the door like, bitch, we ain't finna help you. You doing all that screaming. We ain't finna come outside to see what the fuck's going on. Ain't nobody calling the police, So it was that whole. It's kind of like it subverted what people thought was going to happen. Like, yeah, this is a rehash for the last 30 minutes though, but it's not going to go the way you thought. And he survived. There was this whole big ass, shootout with Michael Myers and the people at the end of the movie and shit. And it was like the cops in the movie. So there's that. I think that they both have good attributes, but I still feel like the original the original is just everything. It's set the bar for what we're looking at right now. And I do want to say one last thing. I showed my best friend in college. I showed him the original Halloween because he hadn't seen it. He just knew of Michael Myers. And I told him, you always remind me of Michael Myers. He saw the 2007 Michael Myers and was like, this shit was way better than the original. And I almost knocked the fuck out of him because he did not respect the suspense building of the original. And I feel like the Rob Zombie version didn't give us really suspense. It was just like trying to explain why Michael came to be who he was and trying to like make him sympathetic. And I'm like, I don't need the shape to be sympathetic. He's a force of nature.
But you have to think of times too, like this generation of people now, especially kids, I should say, their attention spans is not like ours. They have a very short attention span. So when they go back and watch, especially not even just Halloween, but a lot of older movies are slow. They find it boring instantly. Mm-hmm. So Rob Zombies, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be attracted to that one more because it's a little bit more quicker. It's right to the point, and I understand it. You know what I mean? Like for us, we grew up on this, so of course you're gonna be like, "Oh, yeah, this is way better." Like fuck that. Right. But I mean, it is a little bit more hardcore and grittier. But people forget like where it came from. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's the OG. Right. Like you can't forget it.
As much as I love Rob Zombie, and you all know that, but like without Rob, you wouldn't have Rob Zombie without John Carpenter. So it's not even a real comparison. It's just more about story beats and how they convey that story. Mm-hmm. And I get it. Like Bobby's saying, this generation, like if I'm going to pick a movie to show my nephew, no, that's not true. I probably would show him the original, but this
I saw both.
Yeah, I saw both, but I know which one he'll probably like the most without being on his phone or going to get snacks. It will be Rob Zombies.
Right.
I think kids, like you said, have a low or a short attention span. They want entertainment above story.
True.
This age group. It's kind of like the Stephen King's It. I think the original is far more creepy than the newer one, but the newer one is like a more fun movie to watch than the original.
I agree.
It's the same thing. So I rewatched the original. So I was thinking Rob Zombie's not better, but I would watch it more before just because more was going on. But after rewatching it, I have to say I'm going to go with the original because it's perfect. It's a whole atmospheric kind of thing going on. You have the composition of the music. You have the stalking. You have Michael. You don't know what the fuck is going on, who he is, what he really wants. It is not as slow as I thought it was. It's just in comparison to movies that have been coming out after it, it just seems slow. But it really is slow. Yeah. And also, I find the original Michael Myers more scary because I don't know, there's almost an animalistic hovering he does. This bigger one to me is just Jason Voorhees. That I don't see.
I mean, to be fair,
And he's damn big to be sneaking up on people. I don't buy that nobody knows that he's right behind them and in their house. So I just find the stalking of the original Michael to be far scarier or creepier.
It's kind of like with the Annie scene in Halloween 2, Halloween 2, because she sensed all of that. Like, how can you not? But and one last thing I want to say about this is when people have these, because I've been seeing it a lot lately on Instagram and Twitter, who will win the fight, Michael Myers or Jason? And I'm like, as much. When y'all sit, a lot of people say Michael Myers. I'm like, are we talking Michael Myers from the original? Or are we talking like Hulky Rob Zombie Halloween Michael Myers? Because I think Michael Myers from Rob Zombie's movies would be a better match for Jason Voorhees. I don't think that as much as I love Michael Myers, I think that he's a beast. Let's be real. Jason Voorhees has the biggest kill count.
Well, yeah. I'm not too sure anymore after kills, but
well, I mean, we can. I can tally up and get back with y'all on that though. But when Jason Voorhees, when he takes out, when he kills people and then inadvertently kills other people, like in Jason X, that took out a whole goddamn city. So it's just like a space station. It's like, damn, that's about 200 by itself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but honestly, so I come from a family who horror movies. This is what we do, right? So we're like Woodsboro back in Alabama, where I'm from. So it's like we talk about horror. So my cousins, they asked the question, would you rather live in Woodsboro, Haddonfield, or Elm Street?
Oh,
and everybody, right?
Take Elm Street out. I need to sleep. So that ain't going to work.
But Michael Myers is the one villain. Like, if he comes into the room,
I would be. So I'm not as scared of Freddy. I don't find him scary. I find the fact that he's in your dreams to be scary.
Right.
Michael Myers, as a person who is a hermit, is a little more terrifying to me because he could be anywhere around you. You just don't know. Like, I've practiced running through this house, and it's a pitiful attempt if I were being attacked by Michael.
Yes.
And you said, now Scream. Woodsboro. So Woodsboro, Haddonfield, or
Elm Street,
whatever. Oh,
I think I would be fine. But Michael is a big dude. Like, if he comes into the room, it's no fighting like we fighting Ghostface. I can't use my psychic abilities in my sleep to help me.
That's true.
This dude is going to toss me all around this house. So I have to either get out because there's no fighting him. There's no fighting him.
So are we talking about Rob Zombie's Michael you talking about, or you just talking about
Rob Zombie's Michael or 2018 Michael? You probably could fight a little bit longer, but Rob Zombie's Michael, it's a wrap.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I just think
2018, I'm not trying to fight him either. I'll fight Billy and Stu versus I fight Michael
because
Myers.
they clumsy as hell. Michael's not clumsy.
Yeah, I can fight Billy and Stu, but Michael Myers, I don't think so.
My black ass would probably see the script that I read for the Halloween 4 in Chicago. Michael
with Laurie Strode.
Yeah, he upgraded his stalking because he got a Porsche and was stalking Laurie all through Chicago, and she didn't have no idea about it until she saw a picture in the background of Michael Myers' face in the crowd in Chicago, and she just zoomed in on it. And I was like, wow. So think about it. Michael Myers could sit there and adapt whatever car he's in. Because he's stalking you in a car. And he can sit there. You can be like, oh, that's a nice. And Blackout 10 is the thing. So he can sit there with anybody.
I don't think she'd be able to pick his face out like that if he didn't have the mask on.
No, he had his mask on.
Well, that's crazy. You stalking.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah.
In Chicago too?
But you only have to worry about
it didn't get made. It didn't
get made. Hold on.
You only have to worry about Michael one day. Scream, you never know when that's going to happen in spring.
Scream, it could be one of us on this fucking conference call. Exactly. And we come to New Orleans. I literally ate lunch with Michael and he slit my throat in the next scene. So it's like, you don't know who it was. You don't know who it was. We have sliced and diced up the Halloween, the multiverse of Michael as much as we possibly can in this time period, in this allotment of time. So with that note, I am TaMon Kane, and you can find me at TaMon Kane everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and make sure you check out jointhefraternity.com. I have a book coming out this year. Yep, it's about a fraternity of male sorcerers coming back from Egypt. So they look like us, and they talk about us and all that type of stuff. So check that out. And yay, Mark.
I'm excited for it too. I've been waiting for it forever. I'm glad to get it this year. No, I've been waiting for it forever because I've been promoted on the podcast. Speaking of which, podcast name is Midnight Social Distortion. You can find it anywhere you get podcasts from. You can find me on Twitter at the Anti-Critic. You can find me on Instagram at Midnight Social Distortion and Marco Estes. And you can also find me on Twitch at Midnight Social Distortion. And my email, midnightsocialdistortion@gmail.com.
Ow.
Your score.
I am he. I am Michael. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at ThackReBinks86 and also on the podcast People Under the Scares with Bobby Above. And come find me. And of course, also Paul Rudd.
Mm-hmm. Come on, horror ho.
Horror ho.
In every movie, I will find one. Every single movie.
That's right.
Yes.
I'm Bobby Torrez. You can Bobby Torrez with a Z, not an S, on Twitter and Instagram. Bobby Likes to Spook You on my YouTube page. Currently, we're back doing American Horror Stories recaps every week, which is exciting. And then after that, we're going to do American Horror Story when that comes out in October. Another fucking show we have to watch. So that's exciting. And also the People Under the Scares with Michael here. So yes, you can find me all those platforms.
That's wonderful. So make sure you guys, it is. Make sure you guys subscribe, share, like, all of that wonderful stuff. You want us to come back for a new season? Make sure you do all that stuff. Everybody's information from their individual pages to our collective pages will be in the link below. Thank you for coming out. And I'm going to close out with this quote.
Still I rise.
Is that my Angelou or
you know what? That's
Bobby,
perfect.
It's for
Michael.
That is Michael.
Right?
A quote from Maya Angelou is still I rise. Thank you, Michael, for that. Scream you later, folks.
That's
Bye.
perfect. Bye.